All right, guys, take a look at this. This is something that you don't see very often. It's a old school cigarette machine. And not that I'm into cigarettes or anything, the machine itself is something that you rarely see. At least not in New York City or Connecticut or New Jersey for that matter. They've basically been like outlawed. Right now I'm in New Jersey. This cigarette machine is in a quasi bar near the beach, boardwalk type of thing. So I'm not sure if that's how maybe they're getting away with it. It's $11 a pack. Now, back in the day, and I'm talking the 1980s, 1990s, you would see a cigarette machine in every bar and almost every restaurant. There really wasn't a bar, at least in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, you didn't see a cigarette machine. And the majority of restaurants also had them. What you would do, this opens up. I wish I could open it up. And you could see the inside, but it has all like tracks. And, you basically put the cigarettes in the track. The more popular brands, you would have, 2 or 3 slots or 2 or 3 tracks. At one time, they didn't have bill collectors, and whatever the pack of cigarette was, like I said, back in the 80s or the 90s, people would just be putting in quarters. You would open up the machine, and a sea of quarters would fall out. You pull those levers, and I remember, people pulling those levers, the sound it makes. Again, I wish I would have pulled it and you could have heard it. It just has this metal sound, man. This clack, clack type of sound. Now, what's interesting about these cigarette machines is once all these laws started and they just weren't as popular, or basically they were kind of outlawed, because the reason why they were outlawed is that a cigarette machine sitting there, a minor, a kid can walk up and, throw in $5 and pull out a pack of cigarettes. And that's why it was outlawed. Now, in order to get a pack of cigarettes, you have to, show ID. It's behind the counter. As for a cigarette machine, anybody can walk up and buy a pack of cigarettes. And that was kind of the big deal. Once these machines basically became outlawed, they were giving them away. We were giving them away. If you got $50 a machine, you were lucky. They were being used for like scrap metal. Now you can't find one. And if you do have one like this one, you'll find a buyer. It's one of those things that somebody may buy, I don't know, as like I guess an antique piece, like as a showpiece. I've seen a couple of these in like private clubs or private spaces, I guess is the best way to put it, like somebody's house, maybe a VFW, maybe a social club, a place where it's like a members only, and you would see this. But it's not like when you walk into a bar, it's not when you walk into a restaurant, not anymore. But this is out in the open, this is there. You can literally, this particular machine, a kid can walk up and stick in a $10 bill and a $1 bill and get a pack of cigarettes. And the people that are around this area probably wouldn't, say anything. When I saw it, I said, let me document this. Let me film this. This is the second time I've seen this particular machine. It's Jersey. So, anything goes sometimes depending on where you are in Jersey. But this is something you don't see. Many people don't know about cigarette machines. At least if you talk to any of the younger people today, kids, things like that, they've never seen this. They don't know what this is. And when I see it, I know exactly what. It's almost like an old phone booth. You rarely see them anymore. So I figured I'd share it. If you know anything about these machines, if you dealt with them, like I said, I've dealt with them a long time ago, and we basically gave them away for scrap. Like I said, if you got $50 a machine, you were lucky. You were giving them to the scrap guy. Some people would buy them, and they were putting them in, like I said, private places, not private homes. Yeah, I guess they would be in a home, but basically social clubs. VFWs were big. things of that nature. Anything that was like a members only, where it wasn't open to the public, they were kind of having them. And I'm not even sure if it's even legal to have there. But that's where I've seen them recently, but not out in the open where you can just walk up and buy them. And this was fully functioning. It worked. I think it was missing a couple of handles, a couple of the grips. That's not a big deal. But it's just a nostalgia thing when you see something like this. Like I said, you don't see it anymore. All right. Like, subscribe, comment. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's staying safe. God bless you guys. Hope you're all doing good. And I will talk to you guys later. And don't smoke. It's not good for you. All right. Bye-bye.